Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. Last episode, we had to deal with a little issue. Specifically, Lan's mother showed up to reconnect with him. We got the whole thing settled, and he's doing a lot better now. Now, let's deal with the Crusade a little bit, I think. We got things to handle over here. You have nowhere to go, but we will let a day pass. There we go. The Crusade-themed merchandise is a huge hit. And we got some more Yama Crusaders. And work for the Giants would be nice to do, but we got a logistics reform to do. Is there anything else? That's the Bastion, Religious Feast. Royal Conscription. Can we do that? You know, it's not the most important. Good. Distributing provisions is Crusade morale. That's not important. We have all of the relics. And that's it. So there's not much, unless we want to take care of the relics. Let me take a look here. Where are they? What is the stone? The stone makes a +2 circlet, a ring, or a sigh. +2 circlets aren't really the most impressive. I mean, I guess the ring could do something for the stone of... Yeah, let's go ahead. We'll research it for the sake of it. Now, as for campaign, you continue onwards where you're going. You're gonna head down, join up with those, get a few more Yama Azadas. Agaboya, you're gonna keep watching over things here. That's perfectly fine. And let's let another day pass. Logistics reform complete. Commander! Dorgalinda's one eye is looking at you grimly. Next to her stands a shackled half-elf.
This is Corporal Nichold Bartley. He was detained while stealing army property. During interrogation, he admitted to being one of the leaders of the Fellows of the Crusade. Based on his account, we've identified and arrested the rest of the leaders of the Fellows. The law says this kind of offense in wartime warrants a noose.
She shoots Nichold a sullen look.
But they are our soldiers, after all. We've fought together more than once. It's rotten hanging your comrades. I say we boot them all the way to Nerosian in chains. Let them be tried like common thieves. They'll serve their time, and hopefully these sorry excuses for bandits will wise up a bit.
What bandits? Bandits would have already hightailed it from Dresden. These guys are alright. We could use them for things. Don't split your mates, Filai, that's low. Let them tuck away in some far-off garrison. And if anybody asks, we'll say they legged it.
They have stumbled. They're criminals. But they're also mortals who've chosen to risk their lives in order to stop a demonic invasion. Surely that mitigates their guilt at least a little. There's no need for trials or gallows. We should show mercy and give them a chance to atone for what they've done.
Well, I think they're bandits, plain and simple, and the gallows is where they belong. I can tie nooses for every one of them myself if you'd like. Captain Bartley, tell me exactly what you did.
I did what I did. I won't lie. I'll tell you everything, and you can do what you will. Pardon me if you'd like, and if not, go ahead and execute me. Here's how it went. In the last battle, some of our company ran into some enemies with an infectious plague. When they got back to the barracks, half of them came down with something. They were hot as coals and raving, crying green slime instead of tears. And the smell. They were rotting alive. The healers helped everyone they could, bless them, but there just weren't enough healing potions for everyone. So my guys are lying there rotting away, and the quartermaster, that cur, he just shrugs. "We're out," he says, looking at me all smug. Well, we roughed him up a little, checked his cabinet, and what do you know? He did have potions. A whole crate of them. We ran straight back to the infirmary, and we saved our friends. And that was it. They shackled us and brought us to you for judgment. If you think I'm a criminal, that's fine, sentence me. But I reckon the real criminals here are the quartermasters. They just sit there, fat and happy, hoarding all the goods the kingdom gave them. Meanwhile, we're flopping about in the dirt and the blood, and if we need anything, the answer's always the same. We're out.
Corporal Bartley forgot to mention that he beat the quartermaster almost to death and left him to bleed out. It's a miracle the poor man's still breathing, and that the healing potions were intended for command staff. The quartermaster had an order. He was to die sooner than let anyone steal items of strategic importance. The death of a trained officer is a much heavier blow than the death of a common soldier. Without capable officers, our losses would grow tenfold. He also failed to mention a dozen previous cases of theft, which cannot be so neatly excused by a touching concern for his comrades, and a whole warehouse worth of stolen goods he stashed near the city walls. Dorgalinda shakes her head grimly, glowering at Nickled. No way around it, lads, you've been caught. We have to punish you, otherwise we can kiss goodbye to any sense of order.
Corporal, do you have anything to say in your defense?
You can't put it all on us. We're soldiers. We're told to survive to fight another day, and that's exactly what we're doing. It's our blood that pays for your victories, and if we're winning and Mendev still can't give us what we need, then they're the scumbags, not us. Back when you could grab something straight from the caravan without going through the quartermasters, we managed. But now you've got all those stuffy Nerosians following the carts around. I bet they've never seen a demon in their lives. All they're good for is threatening our comrades with spears. You're the one who forced us to resort to desperate measures.
Alright, let's discuss our options. Woljif, what's your suggestion? Remember how you pulled me out from behind the bars in Canabras? You ever regretted it since? Actually, don't answer that. Anyway, what I mean is, they may be thieves, but they're still here. In the world God's damned wound. Fighting demons, even though they could have been miles away from here by now if they wanted. Alright, they messed up. But these are our guys, and we need them in this war. Save their skins now, and they'll be loyal to you forever. Hush us all up and keep it out of court. Send them off to some remote fort somewhere. They won't forget your kindness, just you wait. They'll fight for you until they die, or we win. Urushley, your opinion? Commander, we are more than an army. We are crusaders, a holy brotherhood that protects this beautiful world from absolute evil. These people have committed a crime and need to be punished, but we can't treat them like common marauders. There can be no place for whips and gallows on this sacred march. Spare them. Give them a chance to atone as you did for me. You'll see, it'll work better than the most severe punishment. Yeah, what is the point of punishing criminals anyway? We can just wag a finger at them and ask for a pinky promise never to do it again. And tomorrow, those dirtbags will steal our whole citadel one brick at a time to build themselves nice little mansions, with a view of the wound. Lan, what's your advice? Are these the acts of crusaders? No, they're the acts of highwaymen. And at the end of that highway, there's a tall tree with a sturdy branch waiting for them. The fact that they're crusaders doesn't excuse them. On the contrary, their crimes are corrupting our army from the inside. There can be no prison for them, only execution. And let it be known to all, if anyone pockets a single button from our spoils ever again, let alone commits a robbery, they'll share the same fate. They're not some outsiders. They broke the law, yes, but before that, didn't they prove that they're ready to die for complete strangers? I agree that they should do penance for their sins, but they should do it here among us, repentantly serving the Crusade's cause. Dorgalinda, what's your solution?
We're at war, and in war there's only one sentence for this type of thing. Execution in front of the ranks. But warriors of the Crusade should get some sort of leniency for their past deeds, shouldn't they? I've looked into the records of every fellow, and let me say this. None of them have ever faltered in combat. None have ever abandoned their comrades. They've fought with daring and bravery, and they've given it their all. And the other soldiers respect them. It feels awful to hang people like that. We'll send them to Narosi and let the judge give them 5 or so years of hard labor. They say it clears your head right up.
Yeah, they clearly forgot that in Mendev only nobles and rich people are allowed to steal.
Oh,
pardon me, not steal, collect taxes, and care about their wealthy selves. And if a simple lad grabs a loaf without permission because he's starving to death, his options are gallows and hard labor. Ah, man, I love this country we're protecting. Alright, so for Woljif, finance points income increases by 10 and materials points income increases by 1 for each controlled region. For Aru, the effect of positive morale on finance, materials, and energy points income increases by 33%. For Lan, all generals gain salvage, and defeating an army adds 1,000 in finance points. Or for Dorgalinda, all income increases by 5%. So, Arushale, unfortunately, a chance to redeem themselves that is literally just finger-wagging and say don't do it again. And considering what Dorgalinda said, they've done a lot of this. We can't just let them off. Same with Woljif. Saying you did bad, go to Alaska. I mean, it's not even Alaska. Well, okay, maybe it is Alaska, but distant forts doesn't necessarily mean it's on the front lines either. Some of them might see that as a cushy job. And basically gives them a relief. Some might see it as a vacation, unless it's on the front lines, in which case they're just doing more of what they're doing. It's basically saying, oh yeah, they got away with what they did. Execution, while that is kind of exactly what it should be by law, at the same time, they were doing... In this one case, they were doing it because their people were dying and they needed the help. Dorgalinda, send the fellows to Mendev. They deserve imprisonment, but not the gallows.
Oh, thank you, Commander. I was not looking forward to executing our comrades. But this way we can punish these idiots as well as show Nerosian that we have a grip on our troublemakers. I hope that does it for our fellows' problem. Who knows, maybe our supply situation is finally sorted, and I won't have to assemble the Logistics Council in full again. We can only hope.
Can certainly hope indeed. Alright, back to Crusade affairs again. Right, so we can give work to the Giants. That'll take 3 days. And the campaign, continue onwards. Let's see if we can take care of one of these demon armies. Dropping a save first. Alright, on to this army. It is only 3. We might be able to. I just worry about the large number of cultists. He summoned Marilys. That's definitely worrying. Freeze him. That nearly killed them all. And they're going to take a while to reach us. Shoot the Mariliths. You shoot the Baylors, get rid of them entirely. And shoot those Mariliths. Ow! Okay, we can nearly kill the Marilys. That's... Okay, we can entirely kill them. Oh, right. You know what? Heal the Paladins a bit, please. Thank you. Didn't realize he'd be able to reach. Definitely need to do a lot to these guys. Kill as many of them as you can. That's fantastic. In fact, we've basically killed them. Alright, so... we can now go in and take out a lot of these. Tough as these guys are, we can take out a lot of them. You go ahead and heal up more of the champions. Thank you. Now we gotta take care of these guys. There's a lot of them, yes.
Paladins took a lot of damage. Heal yourself a little bit at least. You definitely heal up the paladin some more. You... Okay, we'll give another shot of this. Archer him away. And yeah, we definitely have this. This one is definitely a much more possible fight. Ah, you need to be closer. And we got him. Bonk. And finished. Okay, that wasn't too bad. The Baylor at the head of an army has been killed. The horde of his slaves either perished or scattered. The fate of this mighty tyrant became an object lesson to all the denizens of the Worldwound and how dangerous it is to challenge the Crusade commander. Setsuna leveled up. None of these are particularly good. Bear's endurance, Bull's strength, restores health. All units in the army gain a +2 bonus to attack and initiative for 3 rounds, and a bonus to combat morale. We'll give that a try. Can we take out this demon army? Maybe. Let me drop another save. Alright, a level 11 army. This is gonna be rough, but maybe. Let's see here. Mass enervation, that's worrying. Alright, let's Ice Storm these. Killed most of them. Kill the Glibrezu. And then... Kill the Galu. There we go. Marliths can be weakened. You can do a number here. Doesn't quite kill him, but it is quite a bit. You summoned, of course, but... Fireball will take care of those a bit. There we go. Kill the Marliths. We finished them off and we're good. Highly resistant to damage, but totally possible to kill. Ow. They barely did anything. There we go. Okay. That army was also relatively easy to deal with. Despite their paucity of numbers, the gang of demons gave the Crusaders a tough fight. In the skirmish, they resembled more a tight-knit squad than a marauding gang of raiders. An old map of Sarkoris found on a victim's body was immediately turned over to the commander. Perhaps those demons were performing an important search or reconnaissance mission for their masters. Come what may, their mission failed. So this is the only army left. It has huge numbers, but, I mean, maybe we can deal with it. All we have left here are these decrees. Because everything else is honestly pretty good. Diplomacy is freaking maxed. Leadership is slowly working up. Logistics, we need to build more things. Military, we need to wait for another point where we can summon more men. But that'll happen probably soonish. Let's let another day or two pass. Branch of the Last Ash. Okay, Setsuna, continue onwards. Alright, Agaboya!
We got an army here that we need to clear out. Not gonna be hard at all. And dealt with. And you know what? You guys should actually switch around, I think. Alright, let another day pass. We have more armies coming in. Setsuna, you're gonna need to get up and deal with some of this. Agaboya, you as well. And we can summon more. Ooh. While we could summon church guards, they're not very helpful. But, let's see. Stone infantry are interesting. I'd like to have more of them. Let's see. You. And you. Definitely need more of you. You are going to need to join up with the army. Then we've got sorcerers and you. Do a spare search. More sorcerers. Yeah, why not? And you guys are going to go and join up with... Where's Agaboya? Oh, Agaboya's in there. There we go. Join up. There you go. Agaboya's now even better. Alright, let another day skip. Fort is besieged by an enemy. We can take care of that very quickly. Setsuna, please clear out this army. Well done. And since you're right here... There we go. And you'll take more men. And now you are going to make your way down here to deal with this demon army. Agaboya, continue on to where you're going to be stationed. That works for me. Alright, is there any more decrees? What does Last Ash do again? Last Ash. A Bardiche or a Heavy Pick? Neither of them are something for us. Bastion to Fortress expansion. I mean, we could. Making a fortress doesn't seem like the worst idea. Yeah, why not? We'll make something into a fortress. And... well, maybe I shouldn't have actually left. I can let it another day or two go. Oh, okay, you're approached by a procession of ornate chests flashing predatory grins. Hey, Commander, how are we doing today? They didn't want to let us in to see you at first. We're mimics, the lot of us. And a lot of fun we are, too. We can turn into a chair, and then, when an enemy sits on us, we grab him on the rump. Om nom nom. We heard about the new commander from the Crusaders. A cheerful sort with a good head on her shoulders. So we figured we'd join you and be knighted. You know, like the rest of those free Crusaders of yours. If I've ever been truly horror-struck over these last 1,000 or so years, I can't recall. But I certainly am now. Why do you even want to join the Crusade? Why? Everybody's joining, so we figured we'd join too. I mean, if you can turn wood into knights and kids into knights, then why not us, huh? Gobbling up demons and cultists might even be more fun. We could transform into an altar of Baphomet, wait for a cultist to come up close and start preaching, and then... Om nom nom! Perfect! Consider yourselves enlisted. I dub thee Sir Wardrobe, Sir Footstool, and Sir Cultist's Bed. Now we're talking. Look, we're Crusaders now, my lads. Them demons had better beware. Okay, we have mimics in the Crusade. Sure, that should be fun. Right. You guys weren't doing anything. Agaboya, you're settled. Let another day skip. Relic will be augmented. You go ahead on. Let's see. Shamans, heirs of the Sarkorian face, rejoice. Their ancient relic has been torn from the claws of demons. They are ready to place it on the commander's gear to help take revenge for their lost homeland. Now to choose the item. We'll go with a ring. And a special messenger from Galfrey was delivering a missive to Dresden and ran into a sentry patrol by accident. Alas, the soldiers took the messenger for an enemy and attempted to search him, which ran contrary to the messenger's instructions. The sentries were killed, and the messenger has arrived in Dresden, now awaiting the commander's judgment. So, he did everything by the book. The messenger did everything by the book. Morale reduces, and we gain logistics. Messenger committed a crime. Crusade morale increases, we lose logistics. Or accuse the superior officers. Adds leadership experience points. Crusade morale increases, deducts logistics. Let's see. Ran contrary to the messenger's instructions. And the sentries were killed. Ah. Honestly, we're going to accuse the messenger's superior officers. The Queen's servants think they have the right to kill Crusaders. Sociel blamed the officers from the capital for this tragedy, claimed that the messenger was given poor instructions, and publicly demanded that the crown compensates the families of the deceased. This act has strengthened the commander's authority. Huzzah! And skip one more day. Continue on to position. Oh, what do we got here? Defenders of Freedom. Yeah, go with that. And enchant the Stone of Ghostly Pathways. And let me drop a save, and we're going to give one more try to this army. Let's hope that we can get through this. This time we're going to focus on the archers instead. So, let's see here. Ice Storm. Okay, that is actually incredible. Kill those archers. Perfect. And... you know what? Kill a load of those succubi. And you kill the rest of the archers. That was a much wiser move. You guys are going to wait. Wait. Okay, we have cavalry here. Start killing the cavalry. Those guys are going to take a while to get to us. Okay, the cavalry are a bit of a problem. Okay, we can fireball to clear out those even more. That's nice. A lot of cavalry can be slain here. Okay. I think we have this. Cavalry are the roughest, but we've got them. And the footmen won't be too bad. You are going to wait. Ow. Almost got them all. And you can finish off the cavalry. There we go. And now we just need to deal with these. Take out those footmen. Beautiful. Yeah, we got this. I just needed to change the order of things. Take out the archers before everything else. And almost. And there we go. Beautiful! That's the last army on this map, I think. Which, if so, is absolutely fantastic. The unit that was moving toward Dresden but fell under the succubi's charms has been defeated. Any survivors will be handed over to the priest to cleanse their souls. The dead shall be laid to rest. Only the succubi who committed this villainous act were chopped into pieces and dishonorably buried. And that is basically every single army that we can fight right now. So that's beautiful. Alright. And with that, I am going to end this episode here, I think. We are still going to hire men so that we can get our military score up. But, yeah. Next episode, let's take a look at this murky grotto that's nearby. That should result in some interesting loot. But that'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I am Chestic44, also known as Falai. That is me. This has been a Let's Play of Wrath of the Righteous. And I shall see you all next time.